What's up, Thralls of Metal? Jammin Jon here, bringing you my end-of-the-year list for albums. This was a pretty crazy year for metal. I'd really hoped it was going to be anyway. In light of, the last couple of years, I thought everybody's sitting at home and they're going to write killer records, and they wrote killer records. I have a top 40 list. I, unlike Necrotic Nick, went ahead and mixed in a couple EPs with my full-length albums just because I didn't have 10 EPs. And these were albums that I definitely couldn't leave off the list. So again, it's a little bit of a mixture. It was really tough to get it down to 40. In fact, even on the drive over here, I figured out bands that accidentally got left off the list. What are you going to do? So really, I'm just going to get down to it. So coming in at number 40 is Grave Miasma with Abyss of Wrathful Deities on Dark Descent Records. This, I remember when we reviewed it, just a killer death metal album. I remember being reminded of course, Incantation a bunch, and Morbid Angel, and Hate Eternal. Songs like Underneath the Megalith, Exhumation Rites. Just a killer record through and through. I really had a good time, so yeah, at number 40, Grave Miasma. Next in line for me was kind of a late entry. I know Necrotic reviewed this album, and I missed it. Tombstoner on Redefining Darkness Records. This is a really great mixture of just really heavy, crunchy death metal riffs and hardcore. It's a little spacey at times. From the opening track, Victims of Torture, the song Armageddon, Frozen in Fear, Nothing Sacred. I really like this. I wish I could have had a chance to sit in on the review. Again, this one just kind of crept up on me, but I dug the hell out of this record. Number 38, Gosudar with Morbid Despotic Ritual on Rotted Life Records. First of all, for a three-piece band, holy crap are these guys nasty. Dark, dissonant death metal, and you all know that I love dissonant, ugly riffs, and this record is no slouch in that department. The guitar tone in here is just disgusting. Awakening of the Realm, Prophecy Embodiment, Scripture of the Vile Testimony. Again, there's only like 6 songs on here, but this record just whoops ass, and I could not leave it off my list. Number 37, one we didn't actually have a physical copy of the record for because it's on Everlasting Spew and it's difficult to get some of these records overseas sometimes. Black Hole Deity with the album Lair of Xenolich. I think this was only a 3, maybe 4 song EP. Just tons of groovy death metal. Again, big chuggy riffs. All the things that we love about death metal was just in this very short offering. Like I said, I threw in EPs. I love heavy, nasty, chuggy death metal. And Black Hole Deity was certainly good for that. Number 36 is Intonate with the album Severed Within. Again, to follow the theme, dissonant, heavy, dark, chuggy death metal. I jammed this record a bunch. It would come up in just randoms on Spotify while jamming other bands similar to this. And I went back multiple times and always clicked on these tracks and then just started listening to the record as a whole, kind of for Ulcerate fans. Songs like Sever and Yearn and Within, dark and dissonant and disgusting sounding. That's how I like my music. Intonate was a good choice. At number 35 was Gatecreeper with An Unexpected Reality. This record, it really, as a whole, except for the last track, was really unexpected in the fact that the first 6 songs are almost grindcore. Definitely a lot faster than what you normally get out of Gatecreeper. Now, granted, the last track, Emptiness, is, I think, 7 minutes and some change. And it is, of course, their doom sound, but the first 6 songs, again, I was not expecting to be faster and grindy. Definitely a good offering from this band. I'm curious to see where they go next, but I jammed this album quite a bit. It was whoop ass, and that is my number 35. Coming in at number 34. 200 Stab Wounds with Slave to the Scalpel. Actually, we just went and saw these guys not too long ago, maybe a week or 2 ago. A Cleveland band, of course, and you know Thralls here were from Ohio, so it's good to see Cleveland making the list. Was not a 200 Stab Wounds fan prior to this album, but they took and mixed. I think the drums got mixed a little bit better. I think the guitars got a better, crunchier tone to them. Phallic Filth, Toe Rope Around the Throat, Skin Milk. This whole record just whoops ass. They did such a good job. They are very good at what they do. Please go see 200 Stab Wounds live. I know they've been touring like fucking crazy. Yeah, they're definitely worth checking out. But again, what a year for death metal. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this album whoops ass. Go get this album. Number 33 would be a really late entry, as I think we just reviewed it a couple weeks ago. The newest one from Malignant Altar. We don't have a physical copy for that yet either, so we're working on it. Malignant Altar's first EP was pretty dark and nasty, and the newest Malignant Altar, Realms of Exquisite Morbidity. Watch our review. Watch our review. I loved the shit out of this record. The third track, Belial Rebirth. Check out that track. That's still one of my biggest takeaways from that album. Heavier than all get out. There's sour lemon faces across this record. I can't wait to see these guys at MDF 2022. So, number 32, the new Mortiferum with Preserved in Torment. God, I mean, if you haven't listened to Mortiferum, I mean, definitely start at the beginning. But this record, just heavier than shit. Nasty, old school death metal. Once again, for only a few tracks, holy fucking ball sacks. This record is awesome. Heavier than all get out. I love death metal. I love it. Coming in at number 31 is Helslave with From the Sulphur Depths. Once again, sour lemons the whole way through. Chug fucking city. I love the mix on this album. It's thick and rich and sounds like it was recorded in a well. Riff City, the drums on this album are so well done. Unholy Graves, the title track from the Sulphur Deaths, Thrive and Blasphemy, Last Nail in the Coffin, Desecration. This whole record, I've listened to this cover to cover all throughout the year. I like gross sounding albums, and this just sounds filthy and terrifying. Coming in at number 30, Altarage with the album Succumb. Do you like Ulcerate? Do you like A Feather and Bone? Do you like Mortiferum? Do you like Defacement? Do you like any of those bands? Because if you do, you're gonna love the hell out of Altarage. That album is evil sounding. Very dark, and very gloomy, and very heavy, and very dissonant. Again, all the things that I personally love about death metal. It's been a great year for me, because all the sounds that I really like have come forth in droves. The song Magno Evento, Drainage Mechanism, Fair Warning. I'll give you fair warning, Altarage will rip your face off. And that's why it's at my number 30. Coming in at number 29, Inoculation with Celestial Putridity. Yeah, we just saw these guys. A great mixture of tech death and like a newer age death metal. The title track, Celestial Putridity, Verity Consummated, Zerthanius. Man, you guys gotta stop titling records with things I can't pronounce. Ohio is just whooping ass. Of course, these guys are on Maggot Stomp as well. Maggot Stomp puts out such great bands. These guys have an excellent live show. Excellent tone overall to the album. Very heavy on the drum mix. The guitars, once again, gritty and dissonant. Awesome job, Ohio. Number 28. This is actually a band that I found last year for a What's John Jamming segment. Our Place of Worship is Silence, with their album Disavowed and Left for Dead. Kind of in the vein of the band Teeth, or Yautja, or Defacement. Heavy, kind of dark, gloomy, chuggy death metal. That seems to be a going trend. Like I said, you're gonna find a lot of common similarities in my choices as far as music is concerned for this year. Again, this was kind of a late entry too. I didn't actually know they had a new album out until it popped up on Spotify, and I was like, oh, what's this? Sure enough, it's a full-length record, 40 minutes almost. I'm starting to really get into black metal, and these guys definitely have some black metal influences. From the Noisome Pestilence, The Conspiracy Against Cruelty, Covenant of the Fallen. I believe even that this is self-released, so definitely go check out Our Place of Worship is Silence. They were my number 28. Number 27, Replicant with Malignant Realities on Transcending Obscurity. Again, this falls in the vein of dark, dissonant, heavy, gloomy death metal with a little bit of black metal mixed in. There are Chug City riffs in here. This is heavier than balls. The drum work on here is excellent. Course to Be, Chassis of Deceit, Death Curse, Excess Womb. This whole album kicks nuts. I'm really so excited to have all these wonderful, dissonant, dark, gloomy death metal bands. I think I could just fully immerse myself in this band and most bands that sound like this. I love big open spaces. I love things that kind of make you think and things that make you feel, you know, where you can feel each track and go, ooh, that's kind of nasty, or ooh, I find myself in this wide open space just thinking. And music like this, I think, just really opens up the mind. Yeah, so that brings me to the end of my 40 through 27. I've got another one coming. Again, you'll notice a running theme, but that's what I like. That's the kind of music I'm into, and this whole first batch of CDs, every single one of these, if you have not jammed these, please go check them out. If you like dark, dissonant, chuggy, gloomy, heavy death metal, bam! I will be back for another couple parts. If you like what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button, as we do stuff like this all the time. We will catch you guys later. Cheers.